Hi everybody. I've just gotten home from a pretty big day. I went to the Royal Adelaide show with a few friends today. The Royal show is basically an event that's run by the Agricultural Society. They do lots of shows with like cattle. They have sheep, pigs, cows, goats, llamas, all that kind of stuff, and they do lots of judging shows and stuff with them. So we thought we'd go there and do some activism in front of the animals, since this would probably be our last chance for this year to do it in front of live animals. So the very first thing we did when we got there, we bought some white t-shirts and we wrote on them, we just wrote stuff like, oh, go vegan, and just some vegan facts and stuff that we wrote on them. The reason we did that instead of having signs is because on the first day of the show, it goes for just over a week. So on the Monday, on the first day, my friends had actually gone there and done activism on that day. They did have signs, and they were approached by security and told that it was all propaganda. They had to throw it out and they had to leave. And they stood their ground, and the police were called, and basically the police just said, as long as you're being peaceful, you know, you have a right to be here, as long as the signs and stuff weren't graphic. But yeah, they still had to throw those signs out. I'll actually put a link down in the comments or down in the description. My friend Luke actually filmed it all. He's got a YouTube channel as well, so go check that out. I'll put a link in the description so you can have a look. So when we first got there, yeah, we wrote on our t-shirts, and then we headed straight into one of the pig pavilions.
We should go there, see.
Hey, beautiful. Water dripping on her nose, and she's too tired to move. Hey, darling.
Light scratches behind the ears.
Yeah.
That's it, good.
We spoke to a few people in there about veganism and about where some of these pigs come from and where they go when the show's finished. There was one man that we spoke to for quite a while, about 20 minutes or so. He was really interested in veganism and was asking us a lot of questions, and we were talking to him for a long time. So we ended up giving him one of our Vegan Easy pamphlets, which we actually hand them out when we do activism in Rundle Mall. And he was really grateful for our time, and he had a lot of questions to ask, and we gave him a lot of information. So hopefully we change someone's outlook today. We headed over to another pavilion where they have some cows, and I actually saw a mother with her calf in a pen, and the calf had actually had a broken leg and it had a cast on. There were a lot of people walking past and laughing and saying how cute it was that the calf's got a little cast on its leg, and I guess I don't know how the calf had broken its leg, but to me it's not cute. It didn't look good. It looked unhappy. It was kind of just sitting in the back of the pen, not really doing much. It looked pretty sad. I really just wanted to let him out and cuddle him. It was very cute. After we'd left there, we headed over to another area where they have baby chicks, and it's like a little area that you can go in and you can sit down and you can hold them. And in the same area they had another little pen with piglets in, and I actually went in there with my friend when we got to sit and play with like a little piglet in there. And yeah, we still had our shirts on. We had a lot of people looking and sort of giving us funny looks, I guess, when we were walking around with our little homemade shirts on, but yeah, I think that's a good thing. It gets people thinking, and yeah, maybe a few people had changed their minds, or maybe had a second thought about what they were going to eat for lunch, instead of, you know, a beef burger or something like that. There were a lot of food vans and stuff that we walked past that had sort of like a false image, I guess, of the industry, to glamorize it or make people not make people think about what they're eating really. Like there was one that had a picture of a cow in a grassy field with its thumbs up and it was smiling, and it's like all they sold was meat products really. We also headed to the pet centre, where when we first got there we had a look around, and the first thing we saw were these little caged birds in tiny little cages, not much bigger than a shoebox. They didn't have room to fly or really do anything, and they're in these cages for the whole length of the show, which goes for just over a week. After we'd left there, we headed down to the other end of the pavilion. There was a little petting zoo up the other end, and I did film a little bit there, but after we'd left, we were approached by the lady, I think she was running it, and she said that she had complaints that we were filming the kids that were there, which we weren't doing at all. The footage that I did have was of the animals, and she got pretty aggressive towards us. She was getting very angry and told us that we had to delete our footage, even though I showed it to her. There was maybe half a second and like half of a kid's face in it, which I could have blurred out or just cut out, but she demanded that I delete that footage, and she had to witness me deleting it. So I did that just to save any arguments, and yeah, so unfortunately I don't have any footage of the petting zoo there. There was also a crocodile that was kept there in a tiny little cage, or tiny little enclosure with fake grass. Its little pool or water area, whatever, it didn't have any kind of natural looking like rocks or anything like that. It was just like a plastic tub, no enrichment or anything like that in this tiny little enclosure. To be in there all day and having no enrichment all day, and just having people walk past and staring at you and taking pictures and taking videos, and it's, if you put yourself in that kind of position, if you were that croc, would you be happy? I wouldn't be. After we'd finished there, we had a pretty good day. We did chat to a lot of people. The only trouble we really had was the lady that had approached us about the petting zoo. I guess that's understandable. That doesn't bother me that much, but that was really the only trouble we had all day. We didn't really get approached by security or anything like that. But yeah, it was a pretty successful day, I think, for activism. After we'd finished doing that kind of stuff, we did that for roughly three and a half hours, maybe 4. After that, we were all feeling a little bit sort of deflated after seeing all that kind of stuff and talking about it all day and walking around. We thought we'd just cheer ourselves up. We went on some rides, which was really fun. We didn't go on any of the side shows because I think a lot of people would say, I guess, the rides would be a waste of money because you don't get anything out of it, but the side shows, I think they just, you know, you spend all this money to try and win this toy, but I think it's just for the thrill of winning, because when you actually get the toy you realise how crappy it is, and you could just buy it if you really wanted a stuffed toy, but you don't really want a stuffed toy, you just want to win. So I didn't go on any of those. I just went on some of the rides and it was really, really fun. After we finished there, I thought it was getting pretty late. I didn't have a jacket or anything like that, so we kind of all just started to head home. My auntie actually owns a baked potato van, which is really good. I went there and had a baked potato for dinner. I had a coffee before I left as well. Yeah, while I'm at it, I guess I'll tell you like what I ate during the day as well. Before I left this morning, I had breakfast. I had like baked beans and avocado on toast, mushrooms, spinach and tomato. So that filled me up until about lunchtime. I had a little Cliff Bar with me. I'll show you. I bought a bunch of these, which I just snacked on that during the day when I got a little bit hungry, because food is so expensive there, and like I said, like most of the vans, they're all like beef burgers, or like the only really vegan thing is chips, like hot chips and gravy, and yeah, I didn't really feel like that, and I didn't want to spend my money on that anyway. But yeah, I just waited till around dinner time, and then I had my auntie's baked potato, which was really good. And yeah, so that's what I had for my lunch, kind of just like a snack. Yeah, and then I had my potato for dinner, which I didn't have any butter and cheese, obviously. I just had some pineapple, beetroot and corn in it, and that was really good. And then when I got home, actually, last night, we went down to a place in Gawler, in Adelaide, called Mamma Mia's Pizzeria, I think, and they do a vegan gyros pizza. Oh, it was so good. And I had leftover from that last night, so I just heated up, and I had 3 pieces left, so I just ate that. It was really, really good. Yeah, and that's about it. That was my day. It was a pretty good day. I love going on rides and stuff like that. I wish we had a theme park or something like that in Adelaide, but we don't. I wish they did. And they're so expensive as well at the show. It was like $10 or $15 for each ride, which is crazy. I spent so much money and I shouldn't have, and I feel really bad now, but it was so much fun. So yeah, it was a good day. But like I said, I will put a little link in the description below for my friend's video. He did Activism with the same three friends that I went out with today. They went and did Activism, and they had a little bit more trouble than we did today, but yeah, it was a good day. So hopefully we can do some more Activism again soon. I'll probably film that. There's another big event that's coming up which I'm actually really excited about, and hopefully I'll be able to film that as well. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you like the video as well, and I will see you all next time. Thanks, bye.